Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Do more with your new GUT Credit Union Visa debit card, which gives you access to your cash at any Connex or Visa certified ATMs locally and internationally. Make your payments with a tap of your card using the contactless feature and have the freedom to make purchases locally, online, or overseas whenever you travel, anywhere Visa is accepted. Experience the enhanced security fraud protection through the Visa chip technology. If you don't have your new GUT Credit Union Visa International debit card, speak to any one of our representatives today to do more. Your new GUT Credit Union Visa International debit card, a smarter way to access your cash. More smart, more secure.
Heartfelt welcome to you. Here's what's coming up tonight on Network News. Grenada United Labour Party promises to deliver economic independence to Grenada. Political analyst Dr. Damian Greaves says more details are needed on the $100 million for 100,000 flagship program. OAS to send election observers missions for Grenada's June 23rd general election. Regionally, Jamaica's health minister toots Jamaica's management of COVID pandemic amid CDC warning. And further afield, the U.S. president addresses amid recent mass shootings. Coming up in sports, Grenada to officially begin its CONCACAF Nation League campaign on Saturday versus El Salvador. We'll be back with more shortly.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Happy Friday to you, and thanks so much for joining us. I am Krista Campbell. The campaign trail is heating up even more as election day draws closer. One political leader believes his party can take Grenada from its present trajectory to one that brings self-sustainability. Christina John has been in conversation with the leader of the Independent Freedom Party.
The people of Grenada carry compete Martinique, especially in St. Andrews Northeast, St. David's, and St. George Southeast, to give us their full support and their votes. Let us make a difference. Let us be a voice for the ordinary man. Let us be a voice for every Grenadian. Let us be a voice for the voiceless. Most importantly, we want persons to concentrate, because on election day, on the ballot paper, you don't see color. You see a symbol. And the symbol is the eye.
That's Bassanio Nicholas, leader of the Independent Freedom Party, the political party that carries the eye as its symbol. Nicholas, who initially started as an independent candidate, says after much consultation has now evolved into a political party with 2 other nominated candidates, Junior Francis in St. David constituency and Janelle Ramsey for St. Andrew Northeast. He said the groundwork has been laid and it's up to the people on election day to make the right choice. The IFP leader pinpointed his intention.
For a fact that we cannot form a government, but we can be a very viable opposition. Someone who will speak on behalf of the ordinary folks in the community, the people in the community who has no voice. And when I say no voice, in the parliament, where the decisions are made, the minimum wage, for instance, be addressed in a very serious way. that persons can, because, have a decent standard of living. Because what we're seeing now, that the food prices are going up, but people's salary are remaining the same.
Nicholas is one of 4 candidates contesting the St. George Southeast constituency seat, coming up against a veteran politician, Gregory Bowen from the New National Party, Philip Telesford from the National Democratic Congress, and Danica Checkley for the Renaissance Party. Looking at the present construct, Nicholas believes his party can make a difference once elected.
We believe, agriculture is one of the things that would take us through. Because when we look at what's happening in the wider community, when I say that we're looking at globally, what happened with the pandemic, what's happening now with the Ukraine-Russia situation, we know that food is what's going to make sure that we sustain our lives. And once we have food, we will survive. So we will push heavily to make sure that government put structures in place to make sure that we can feed ourselves properly.
When asked if he is willing to join any other political party, he had this response.
If that becomes necessary, we would have discussions on that. We have no problem working in the best interest of the people we represent.
Kristalina John, GBN News.
Candidates are continuing to hit the campaign trail with just under 3 weeks before Grenadians go to the polls. The Grenada United Labour Party is ensuring their voices are being heard.
The Grenada United Labour Party is the country's oldest political party, founded by the late Sir Eric Matthew Gary in 1951. The party lives on and is one of the 5 political parties and independent candidates participating in the June 23rd general elections. The GLP is fielding 4 candidates: David Matthew Francis for St. Mark, Nigel Martin John for St. Patrick East, and Augustine John for St. Patrick West. Godfrey Prudhomme is the political leader.
We're calling on all our people, all our well-wishers to help energize and support our efforts in this snap election.
Prudhomme says it was the GLP that delivered political independence to Grenada, and his renewed party is looking forward to delivering economic independence for Grenada.
People to live independently. We want our people to have social justice, and we have an economic plan. And our mission of the GLP is the total transformation and development of Grenada. We are a grassroots, purpose-driven movement, and we are trying to build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out.
On the Sister Isles, it was smooth sailing on nomination day for candidates Tevin Andrews and Kindra Methuen Stewart. For the constituency of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, NDC's Tevin Andrews, among family friends and party supporters, embraced the rich traditional music to file his nomination papers. NNP's Kindra Methuen Stewart also successfully filed her nomination papers among supporters and entertainment. There are 41 individuals nominated as candidates for the general elections of June 23, 2022. Both the New National Party and the National Democratic Congress have fielded a list of 15 candidates, while the Grenada Renaissance Party 3, Independent Freedom Party 3, GULP 3, and the lone independent is Winston Earl Frederick, who will compete for the St. Patrick West constituency. Joseph Cador, GBN News.
Grenada's immediate former Prime Minister says he is comfortable to know he is bowing out of frontline politics in a political environment that is not as hostile as it used to be. The details in this report.
Political leader of the New National Party, Dr. Keith Mitchell, says he is happy with the current political atmosphere, claiming to an extent some measure of credit for the peacefulness. As the NNP leader puts it, we may not always share the same political affiliation, but we must learn to coexist.
And I like the fact that there is no attempt at hostility or violence. You notice when we were passing by the opposition in the call, I waved with them and they waved back. That is significant because that's what we want. We don't always have to support each other politically, but we must learn to live with each other. And I think maybe in a sense that makes me feel good that I'm leaving on a note in the next period of service. I feel that the country is not in the more hostile political environment that it used to be when in the early stage of my political career.
Following Wednesday's nomination, Dr. Mitchell also credits the leadership of the National Democratic Congress.
So I'm happy and to thank our opponent because some people on their own volition have been doing foolishness, but in general I can't say the leadership has been behaving in a way that shows us the hostility that I think we should definitely oppose. So I want to give credit to Grenadians as a whole. As I said earlier on, this is probably the most enthusiastic launching of nomination that I've had in my 38 years.
He notes that as he prepares to exit frontline politics, he is quite contented.
I'm pleased, as I always said, in the twilight of my political career. I'm at peace, and I feel that given the effectiveness of this nomination process and the mood of the country all around, the St. Patrick's Way, hundreds of people, just a simple nomination. St. Andrew's dirty with green, and that feeling is strong, and you saw what's happening in St. George's. So I'm very much at home, and I'm very pleased with the process.
Krista John, GBN News.
Political analyst Dr. Damian Greaves wants the New National Party to provide more details on the party's $100 million for 100,000 people plan. We get more in this report.
A political analyst has been examining $100 million for 100,000, the flagship program announced by the New National Party. The NNP proposes to invest in a number of specific initiatives over the next 5 years to bring economic prosperity to citizens if re-elected. One such area is the creation of 50 new businesses per year. Dr. Damian Greaves, who has been keeping a close eye on the upcoming general elections, says more details are needed to assess the feasibility and potential benefits of such a program.
The projection is that we can create 50 small businesses per year, which will be 250 new businesses in 5 years. If they employ on average 10 people, as the projections are, that will be 2,500 new jobs created from this initiative alone.
What kind of businesses are we looking at? Would it be businesses that would basically be the run-of-the-mill businesses, the barber shop, the hair salons, the tire shops, or the little side shops selling certain things, or people making certain things, the not run-of-the-mill cottage industries? Are we going in there, or are we going to do a very, very good sort of marketing analysis and research on the type of businesses now that we should be looking to that in the long term would have a chance of sustainability?
Secondly, the Prime Minister announced that half of the people involved in the debushing program will be made almost permanent workers with more fortnights. Dr. Greaves says this too leaves him with questions.
You're going to make them permanent, but will there be an opportunity to take them off the debushing into other areas by dint of certain opportunities that can be provided for them to take themselves out of that? Similarly, if you have people on welfare, are you going to have them on welfare perpetually or permanently? Or are you going to find a means to pull them out of welfare by providing the requisite opportunities? Employment, you want individuals to have a certain amount of pride and dignity in who they are, what they produce, and how they are seen in the society.
The political analyst says this election presents the opportunity for citizens to think critically about what they want for their future.
It's a beautiful time for people to have the absorptive capacity to do the research, to debate in the rum shops and in the barber shops and in the tire shops and on the side of the road, to debate in the nail tech salons. It's a beautiful time for people to debate among each other, and for, of course, social media to have a field day on those ideas that shall have contended.
The challenge now for political parties is the clear articulation of their plans and how they are to be achieved. Cherry and Blackburn Stephen, GBN News.
OAS to send election observer missions for Grenada's June 23rd general election. The details to this and more when we return.
The most anticipated family fun-filled event on the GBN calendar is back. The Maggie King of the Grill. Join us on June 4th at Mont Rouge. Be part of the culinary masterpiece as the best grillers on island compete for the coveted title of the Maggie King of the Grill. Think you have what it takes? Be part of the action. June 4th. Book your spot. If not, step away from the grill. If you can't handle the heat. Maggie King of the Grill is sponsored by Maggie, Matuk's Barbecue Sauce, Rubis, Dasani Water, Calico Shopping Center, Duty Free Caribbean, and Siesta Hotel. The following is a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Just as we are emerging from the global COVID-19 pandemic, fresh challenges lay on the horizon, and with a war in Europe inducing global inflationary pressures and global supply chain issues adding to a complex economic environment, this moment calls for experienced leadership and steady hands. Do not chance the future in these dangerous times. The new National Party has a team built to navigate tough times and to bring the nation to safer waters. Vote NNP. Safer hands.
The preceding was a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think of Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Get your game on all month long at Courts. Stream your favorite game or movies on a new tablet. Relax on a new recliner with your snack fresh out of your brand new fridge. Keep your heart and health in check with a home gym set and Wi-Fi compatible smart products and much more. Shop today with no cash and get instant credit. Get your game on. Courts, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
The following is a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Sisters and brothers, I ask you to hear me just on this point. Examine the team of the National Democratic Congress. You just examine them. compare them one by one. And what you see is an experienced group of people ready to take this country forward.
I'm Deacon Mitchell, and I endorse this message.
The preceding was a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
My name is Patrick St. Paul, and I am a secondary school teacher. I became a member of Arise Credit Union over 5 years ago. A family member referred me to the institution after boasting of the amazing experience she's had with me. At Arise, I've experienced client-friendly service and the best financial advice. Congratulations to Arise on 75 years of transforming lives.
For more track and field action, then the National Lottery Authority sponsored Whitsuntide Games 2022 is on Saturday, June 4th at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Track and field action starts at 12:30 p.m. Admission, adults pay 15, children under 12 pay 10. To get this track and field action, you gotta be at the Karani James Athletic Stadium, June 4th at 12:30 p.m. for the Whitsuntide Games, sponsored by Lotto.
Leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Martin Washington Edwards, leader of the Grenada Renaissance Party, is calling for a review of the voters list. Not only that, he wants the election date, which is set for June 23rd, to be cancelled.
Right. The removing of the list is supposed definitely to find out how many people were removed from the list, and as a result, we should ask the parliamentary officer to stop the date of election so that they can review the list to see how many people were off the list. And what he have done is a great injustice to the people of Grenada when basically he gave 1 day to close nomination. That was not enough. Plenty of people went and they did not get nominated. So I think the government has done injustice to the people, and we're asking the government to reopen the date for the nomination, not the nomination process, but for the registration process, and postpone the election, because it will be unfair for going to the election. People who are eligible to vote are not able to vote because they're left out, because one day notice to go on to that was quite unconventional and very, oppressive.
Edwards also had some objections to the requirements for the nomination application form.
The application form that we use, that is used for nomination, they say you must have a stamp on it, but there's no place on either form for the stamp. So putting a stamp is basically illegal. It's not constitutional. So if one doesn't have the stamp, definitely they should not be impeded from submitting the application.
With just a few hours to work with, Washi, as he is commonly known, claims he was stumped on his final attempts.
This one yesterday tell me that I showed a form here that it said that it said here that form I always put in the people's name, the candidate name in that section here, and afterwards write the name down here as well. they asked for surname here. So then I did that. But then yesterday they told me, no, that is not a procedure. My name is the only one to go here. And obviously they take about 20 minutes in doing this thing, to argue here and there. And obviously I have had to go through the island to drop off nomination papers to the different offices. And that could not been done. At least we did a couple, but the third one could not been done because when I get there, we were 20 minutes late and they did not accept the application.
Observer missions will be one on the ground in Grenada for June 23rd general elections. Here's more from OCM News Network.
CARICOM and the Organization of American States have confirmed they will send observer missions to Grenada for the June 23rd general election. Press Secretary for Prime Minister's Office, Philomena Robertson, reveals that the government is still awaiting a response from a third organization, the Carter Center, on whether it will have a representation on the ground. Ms. Robertson made the disclosure when asked by reporters whether Grenada would be requesting election observer missions for the polls. The Press Secretary subsequently confirmed that communication had been sent off to the OAS, CARICOM and the Carter Center, but so far only the first two had accepted. A total of 41 persons put themselves up as candidates in the country's 15 constituencies during the nomination day process on Wednesday this week. Only the ruling New National Party and the main opposition National Democratic Congress are able to submit candidates for every constituency. The Grenada Renaissance Party and the Independent Freedom Party each nominated 3 candidates, while the Grenada United Labour Party nominated 4. There was 1 independent candidate. A total of 87,794 people are registered to cast their ballots on June 23rd.
For tonight's Social Buzz segment, we share your thoughts on the NDC's leaders' plans to address the sargassum issue. Beverly has this one.
Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. On Thursday, the GBN aired a report on how the stench and the buildup of sargassum seaweed in recent years along the coastline have become the biggest challenges for people who work and reside on the eastern side of the country. The political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Deacon Mitchell, promised to address this issue and utilize the sargassum for positive gains.
If you view life negatively, you will simply perhaps see the sargassum as a problem. But if you view life positively, we know that everything that has been placed on planet Earth is placed there by the Creator. And He gives us the wisdom to find creative ways to use whatever it is that is on planet Earth. So we see the sargassum as an opportunity for us, in fact, to be able to use it to the benefit of Grenada.
Our Facebook audience had different views on the party leaders' plans for the seaweed. Daniel said, nets, you say? What about sea life? Won't the net affect them? Wilmoth added, fertilizer plants, money in your pocket. Hagley said, some people will buy into anything. Cynthia asked, what did we do with it the last time we had? Vanessa said, it can be used as fertilizer. Melvin added, they use it in Mexico to build homes, and it is stronger than concrete blocks. Suzanne had 2 words, over ambitious. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Thanks, Beverly. Still to come on Network News, 6 Grenadians have been recognized in the Queen's Birthday Honor List for 2022. Stay with us for more.
The Spice Boys are playing CONCACAF top-tier football, and we want you to be in on the action. Don't miss it. Book your spots now at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium for Tuesday, June 7th to see the Spice Boys take on El Salvador in the CONCACAF Nations League. Tickets are $30 adults and $10 for children. Available at the GFA building, Queen's Park, St. George's. You can also purchase the latest Spice Boys replica t-shirts at the GFA for only $100 to support the Spice Boys. The Spice Boys versus El Salvador, Tuesday, June 7th. 7 p.m. Granny James Athletic Stadium. Come, let's support the Spice Boys.
Sponsored by the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
The following is a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Are you ready? If you love this country now, show me your hands. Grenada has taken the first steps towards staying in safer hands. Show me your hands. All 15 new National Party candidates, members of a tried and tested team, have now been duly nominated. Grenada gets ready for the next chapter as we move across the bridge to the future that has been built. The new National Party, a team with leaders that are ready for the moment. Vote NNP. Safer hands.
Tell me something. If a crisis hit, who you go call? A pandemic, where you go talk? Which one on your team, who you go call? Help deal with it.
The preceding was a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Grenada, get ready for one powerful night of worship, song, and praise as Coral Lee Holdings presents Sinach.
Touching every heart.
Sinach, live in worship at the Grenada National Stadium. Sunday, June 5th, starting time 5 p.m. along with special guest artists from South Africa, Benny Mwepu, and worshipper Brandon Finch from New York. Dress code, all white. Early bird specials, $60. VIP early bird ticket specials, $250. Special fares for churches are available. All churches and denominations are invited. Let us all come together for a night of prayer and worship unto God as we thank God for his mercies towards us and our nation. For more information, contact 419-3645. Sunday, June 5th, Grenada National Stadium. Sinach, Benny Mwepu, and Brandon Finch.
Please be advised that our office has been relocated to Steele's Commercial Complex, Grand Anse, St. George. We at CGI, Consumers Guarantee Insurance Company Limited, look forward to serving you at our new location. Call us on telephone number 440-0217 or visit our website www.insurecgi.com.
Spice Mass is back! And Grenada Distillers Limited wants you to win big with its bottleneck promotion. With every purchase of pure white or special dark, you are automatically entered for a chance to win. Win tickets to Soca Mona. Win free costumes. Win bottles of Clark Scott Rum, Grenada's #1. Win cold hard cash and more. Simply write your name, address, and contact details at the back of this bottleneck and insert in the boxes at participating outlets and the Clark Scott sales van. Win big for Spice Mass with Clark Scott, Grenada's #1 rum.
A little known fact: there is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Spice Isle Imaging Center.
Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but SpyCell Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. SpyCell Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 406-1500 or visit any of our 3 locations. SpyCell Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Thanks for staying with us. 6 Grenadians have been recognized in the Queen's Birthday Honors List for 2022. More in this report.
Retired banker and former Accountant General Richard Duncan was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, for his service to the banking sector. Duncan was the former Managing Director of the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, where he had a distinguished 25-year career. In his statement of acceptance, Duncan expressed gratitude for the Award of Excellence in recognition of the 25 years and 9 months of service in the banking sector. He noted, and I quote, "Acceptance of this award would not have been possible without the inspiration I have received from my seniors and my colleagues across the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, for whom I have the deepest respect and from whom I have derived the strength to challenge myself and perform at the highest professional standards," unquote. 2 nationals have been appointed members of the Order of the British Empire, MBE, Dr. Valma Jessamy, for services to the environment, to manufacturing, and to ecotourism. Dr. Jessamy is an award-winning environmental scientist. She developed the award-winning Jessamine Eden Wellness Farm. Olympic gold medalist, Grenadian athlete, javelin thrower, Anderson Peters was also awarded MBE for his service to sport. Peters, 24, recently emerged on top in the men's javelin event at the 60th Ostrava Golden Spike in the Czech Republic with a throw of 87.88 meters. Queen Elizabeth II had also approved the British Empire Medal Civil Division to Alison Cloudon for services to nursing, Desmond Gill for service to fishing, and John Wells for service to farming. The birthday honors list recognizes people who have given exceptional service to the UK, abroad, and internationally. The list was released as the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebration kicked off on Thursday. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Queen Elizabeth II celebrated 70 years on the throne Thursday, earning tributes from world leaders and ordinary people for one of history's great acts of constancy. The 96-year-old was the center of attention for the many who turned up hoping to catch a glimpse of the monarch, but for one Grenadian, her attention was drawn to her son at the trooping of the colours at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. The story of his proud mother was captured by the BBC, and tonight we share this story with you.
So I've not seen my mom for 4 years. So she's coming here to witnessing me doing the troop on the collar is going to be an emotional feeling for me.
The guys have done me very proud and they've worked extremely hard over the last 6 weeks for us to be here and to do it for Her Majesty and so our families can be at home and watch us. It's a very proud moment.
Well, I'm with one of those very proud family members, Glenda, whose son we just heard you've travelled over. I haven't seen him in 4 years, and now you've just spotted him in the front row there. How are you feeling? Is it excited, nervous?
No, I'm feeling glad.
How proud are you to actually see him fulfilling his dream and getting to be part of this?
To be part of this, yeah. He followed his dream, and I thank God that he's been here for me to see him. And I stand in here and I could pick him out from the line. And thank God for that.
And to be part of this, 70 years for this massive jubilee, how special is that?
I'm feeling very special. Very, very special. In the moment now, I'm feeling happy, joy, gladness.
And you travelled such a long way to be here. Quickly, how's Grenada feeling about this?
It's all right. They're all right. Everyone, my family, I told them about it, so they may look at it. But although right now it's around 4 o'clock in the morning time, so they will see it when they wake up. They will see what's taking place.
Wonderful, and I'm sure they'll be so proud. Well, enjoy your day. Thank you so much.
It was wonderful for seeing him, exciting. Not heartbroken.
Wow.
I don't want to share no tears. I want to be enjoying.
Right. Well, you go and enjoy the day. Thank you so much for talking to me.
A proud and a special moment indeed. From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN ISO lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
The election season has drawn out the creativity of the Grenadian people. Tonight's ISAW features the reenactment of a funeral procession of one of the main political parties by supporters of another political party. The funeral procession is carried out by traditional veko adorned in the paraphernalia of the party they support. The 2022 general elections will be held in just 20 days. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
When we come back, we share with you some sporting highlights and, of course, we probe around the globe. Stay with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is rolling out D-Cash, the next step in the evolution of the EC dollar. Use D-Cash to send and receive money to and from friends and family. Make payments directly from your smart device. Make payments from wherever you are. Download the app from the Google Play or Apple Store and sign up, or visit dcashec.com for more information. The future of the EC dollar is digital. Let's make history together.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carrico. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
The following is a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Prophetess Camilla Honore said that nomination was controlled by witchcraft. That witchcraft scattered the members of Renaissance Party, permitting Renaissance to win the seats of South, Southeast, and the city, when joined by the winning party, will ensure prosperity through a new constitution and our culture at the forefront. This is Grenada Renaissance Party.
The preceding was a paid political announcement. The views expressed are of the client and not the Grenada Broadcasting Network.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Tonight's weather partly cloudy with occasional light brief showers. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open water. A small craft advisory is in effect. Tides will be low at 1 a.m. and high at 6 a.m. Tonight's minimum temperature 23.5 degrees Celsius. Moving now to Saturday, where the weather is partly cloudy with occasional light showers, becoming fair at times. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves of 5 to 7 feet in open water. Once again, a small craft advisory is in effect. Tides will be high at 6 a.m. and low at 1 p.m. On Sunday, the sun will rise at 5:43 a.m. and set at 6:30 p.m. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy with light, brief daytime showers, increasing in cloudiness and showers overnight with a low chance of thunder. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves of 5 to 7 feet in open water. Once again, a small craft advisory is in effect. And finally, on Monday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy, accompanied by light to moderate showers and a low chance of thunder. Seas moderate to rough with waves 6 to 8 feet in northerly swells. A marine advisory is in effect, and that's the weather forecast for tonight and the upcoming days. sporting fanatics, welcome to our sports roundup. Senior men's national team head coach Michael Finley says they have been putting in the work as he highlighted the senior men's preparation for their League A campaign in the CONCACAF Nations League. Grenada plays El Salvador on Saturday, June 4th in El Salvador, and they then return to Grenada for their second match against El Salvador on June 7th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium from 7 p.m.
Well, I mean, if we're being honest and frank, as we always have been since the beginning, that's what we have to aspire to be in, and that is League A. If we want to be successful in the CONCACAF region, we need to spend more time playing teams like El Salvador and teams like the United States of America and other teams that are in the top 10, top 12. Getting to League A was an incredible achievement, and again, you have to congratulate the players and then the staff of that time period that did enough to put us in this position. It then set us on a pathway of growth, and that is what we've been committed to do since I arrived. And I think the attitude and the detail and the overall strategy and the plan that we're implementing is presenting us with a great opportunity to build this program and build this national team for the future.
Coach Finley says the World Cup qualification is one of the team's immediate goals as Grenada Football Association seeks to develop the sport.
Well, I think if we stretch the plan out, we're looking at 2026 successful qualification for a World Cup that's in CONCACAF. More realistically, it might be 2030, but we have to have aspirations to be competitive in 2026. And how we do that is build a program through experiential activities such as playing in every FIFA window that we have done in 2022, successfully expanding the squad, successfully promoting our domestic players and moving them into better environments, professional environments. So when it's time to represent Grenada, they do it with a lot of quality and a lot of experience, along with raising the standards right across the board of our national teams program. So that's the core of the plan, and that plan includes competitive situations like the Nations League and hopefully qualifying for next year's Gold Cup in 2023.
Cricket West Indies have confirmed that Powell and Shepherd are unable to take part in the ongoing one-day international series against the Netherlands due to visa delays. They traveled to London immediately following their participation in the Indian Premier League, as their visa interviews could not have taken place in India due to the IPL biosecure protocols. Despite having the interviews the day after their arrival, they are both still in London awaiting the appropriate visas to be able to travel to the Netherlands. With the final match to be played at the VRA cricket ground on Saturday, Shepherd and Powell will now fly directly to Pakistan to join the ODI squad for the 3-match series. West Indies have an unassailable 2-0 lead following wins by 7 wickets on Tuesday and by 5 wickets on Thursday. The West Indies squad will travel from Amsterdam to Pakistan on Sunday for matches at the Multan Cricket Stadium on June 8th, 10th, and 12th. With less than 2 points separating first from second place on the points standings after 4 rounds of West Indies Championship, the Leeward Islands Hurricanes currently second with 65.4 points to leaders Barbados Prize 67 points, are aiming to pull a rabbit out of the hat when round 5 starts on Wednesday in Trinidad. Hurricanes head coach Stuart Williams is cognizant of his team thinking too far ahead as they come up against the Jamaica Scorpions in their final match at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy.
Well, for us, throughout the whole season, we preaching one game at a time. We just want to stay in the moment. We're not looking too far ahead. Playing against Jamaica tomorrow, we just focus on getting the right results, and we're taking it like day by day, session by session, and see how it goes.
However, 2 days have now been lost due to rain in Trinidad. Barbados Pride, according to Craig Brafford, isn't taking anything for granted going into the final day of competition tomorrow.
Well, I think it's important if we get played tomorrow. Obviously, we got to bat well. Obviously, there's batting points, for the taking and possibly bowling points. So, we just got to hope we get some cricket tomorrow.
And that's the sports news for now. Up next, we probe around the globe. Take a look at what's happening globally. We begin with news from Jamaica. Health Minister Dr. Krista Tufton has reacted to news that the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has again placed the country on its list of destinations considered high risk due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's more in this report.
Advisory Tuesday, the Centers for Disease Control, CDC, warned Americans against travel to Jamaica if they're not up to date with their COVID-19 vaccines. Jamaica is now on the CDC's list of level 3 countries for COVID-19 levels considered high risk. This is up from level 2 in December. Journalists put the issue to Health Minister Dr. Krista Tufton.
The CDC has a perspective. I mean, they have had their own issues in terms of surges in their country. And, we facilitate, the media does, the information as to what's happening there. But it's their view, and we just have to provide our Jamaicans with the information so that they can make their informed decision.
The Ministry of Health recently confirmed that the country was experiencing a fifth wave of COVID-19, attributing the climb in infections to the highly transmissible Omicron subvariant BA2. Dr. Tufton defended the ministry's management of the spike.
Yes, there is a spread, but it is, for the most part, mild, and people recover at home. Again, I say that decisions that we take as government is multifaceted. It's around how we balance lives and livelihood.
We move now to international affairs. U.S. President Joe Biden has appealed to Congress to restore limits on the sale of assault-style weapons and raise the minimum age to buy guns. His speech on stricter gun laws followed recent mass shootings. The details in this report.
In the past 3 weeks, more than 70 people have been killed in mass shootings, the most recent at a medical center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where 4 people were murdered by a man said to be a disgruntled patient. Police say the gunman then killed himself. He'd bought one of his guns just a few hours before.
We know through the help of our ATF and their gun tracing that at 2 p.m. on June the 1st, Mr. Lewis purchased a semi-automatic rifle from a local gun store.
The same weapon was used to kill 19 children and 2 teachers at a Texas elementary school last week. The same weapon used to murder 10 people at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York, 10 days before that. In both cases, the alleged gunmen were just 18 years old. The Texas shooter killed at the scene. The Buffalo shooting suspect was arraigned on murder charges Thursday. In a rare primetime address to the American people, President Biden urged Congress to impose federal gun controls, suggesting a ban on automatic weapons and high-capacity magazines, raising the age at which an individual can buy a gun from 18 to 21, and removing the protections against litigation enjoyed by gun manufacturers.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Russian forces have seized 20% of his country's territory as Moscow's invasion nears its 100th day. This report has more.
This morning, as Ukrainian forces battle for their lives to fend off the Russian invasion in the east, that new critical Western aid is one step closer to the battlefield. The US now training the Ukrainians how to use the powerful HIMARS rocket systems at a secret location outside of the country. The highly advanced system will play a crucial role in the battle for the Donbass. In an ABC exclusive, the new US ambassador to Ukraine, Bridget Brink, touts Ukrainian success, but acknowledges the fight is far from over.
They've done an incredible job pushing Russia out of Kyiv, and now Russian forces are in the east, and that fight right now is very close and very difficult.
It's not looking good in the east. Would you agree with that?
I think it's a very difficult fight.
This comes as President Zelensky says that Russia now occupies around 20% of Ukraine, much of that including the Crimea, which was seized in 2014. But Zelensky saying they've also inflicted massive casualties on the invading Russian forces, claiming nearly 30,000 Russian troops have been killed since the invasion began.
That brings us to the end of tonight's probe. Next, we recap our main points. Grenada United Labour Party promises to deliver economic independence to Grenada. Political analyst Dr. Damian Greaves says more details are needed on the $100 million for 100,000 flagship program. OAS to send election observer missions for Grenada's June 23rd general election. Regionally, Jamaica's health minister tuts Jamaica's management of COVID pandemic amid CDC warning. And further afield, U.S. President addressed amid recent mass shooting. In sports, Grenada to officially begin its CONCACAF Nations League campaign on Saturday versus El Salvador. Those were some of the major developments. For more on the country's current affairs, visit Grenada Broadcasting Network on Facebook and YouTube. You can also visit our website at gbn.gd and be sure to subscribe to our GBN Production YouTube channel to keep abreast of our live programs. Finally, we can't wait to see you tomorrow at King of the Grill. Come have fun with us from 12 noon at Munridge Playing Field. On behalf of Team GBN, I am Krista Campbell wishing you a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow at King of the Grill.
The most